Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I see Miss Pat Robinson's got the memo with the white on today. I love it. 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 Thank you all for being on the call this morning. My goodness. Let's see all the beautiful people on here. Mr. Ismail, thank you for joining the call this morning. Oh my God. Regional Vice President Platinum, Ms. Johnson Driscoll just joined us, everybody. Good morning, dear. And happy holidays, everybody. Hope everybody had a very good Thanksgiving. Time with the family, maybe got a few more customers, and also got some talk to some people about the business. Mr. Hussein Ismail, thank you for joining the call today, sir. God bless you. I know it's your wife had a birthday Saturday. I understand you guys had a great time together, and I love to hear that. That's why I didn't want to disturb you. I sent her a text. Mr. Al Randolph, my goodness, on time today and be ahead of time. Wow. Inside joke. Miss Belinda Batiste, good morning so much. Mr. Brian Baker, Regional Director out in Las Vegas, sir. Thank you so much. I trust you, sir. Had a great Thanksgiving and time together. Thank you so much. Miss Celia in Woodland, California, thank you so much. Miss Christina, thank you so much. Pastor Collins down in Texas, thank you for joining. Mr. Dale Ranson in Nashville, thank you so much. Harrison Mill in Fresno. Mr. Freddie Sherman, good morning, sir. Miss, oh my God, Miss Elvin Phibbs, good morning. Regional Director out of Fresno. What a wonderful job she did Friday. Matter of fact, can we all give her show some love? Let's give her a hand, because I meant to do that Friday. I got so excited about her call. Thank you so much, dear, on a wonderful call you did on Friday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Ed Navarro down in Fresno, thank you so much, sir. Look out, Mr. Bryan's after you. You can't let him win. Fresno, good morning. So thank you so much. Mr. Julian Lewis, Regional Director down in San Diego, California, sir. Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, we had a wonderful time for this month. Can we give him a little bit, show him a little bit of love too, because he did a wonderful job on this whole month of November. We thank you going into December. Can you imagine this month is almost gone? Say it, Mr. Brian Baker, gone. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Uh-oh, say it, Mr. Brian Baker, gone. Miss Kathleen Williams, good morning, dear. Thank you for joining. Boris Shelton, thank you so much for joining. Mr. Natalie Parad, thank you in Las Vegas. Thank you for joining. Mr. Winston Herbert, good morning. Thank you, sir. Miss Allen, good morning, dear. How are you doing? Miss Zoe Duffy, part of the Bakery Organization. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Akinko Kohara over in Japan. Good morning, dear. Mr. Payon in Japan. Good morning, sir. Bill Bailey, good morning. Thank you so much. Miss Walker, thank you for joining. And Mr. Walker, thank you. Hey, we got a great call lineup. As you know, today is, wow, the last Monday, the month of November. Can you imagine? We got one more day. One more day. Actually, tomorrow's the 1st of December. Let that sink in. One more day and one more month. I'll say it again. One more day and one more month. Gone. Year 2020 behind us. Whew. You know, I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to talk about it today though, but what's your game plan? I was sitting out here in the back and I got some, what's your goal for 2021? What's your goal for 2021 and your business plan for 2021? Very important to know that. Very important to know. What is your game plan? What is your goal for 2021? Hey, I want to thank everybody on the call today. We got a great call lined up, but I'm not going to talk about that today because the birthday lady who had a birthday on Saturday, it's her day, her day. It's her time. She just turned 30 on Saturday, and we're excited about having her back in the saddle this Monday to close the last Monday of November out strong. So without further ado, what can I say? She's doesn't need much introduction because most of us know who she is. If you're brand new IBO, you may not know who she is, but she's Miss Natasha Ismail, hails from Fresno, California, regional director, graduated with 2 degrees and decided from that point on, hey, look, I went my own business. It doesn't working because it wasn't essential enough for the government to say, keep it open. She closed it down full-time in AC and saw it, took off like a rocket ship and have never slowed down. Without further ado, from the Fresno area, the birthday girl herself, the myth, the legend, the Miss Natasha Ismail. Let's give her a hand, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas. Thank you, thank you,
Good
thank
morning,
you.
beautiful.
Morning. So you said the number out loud and I went like this, but you didn't see me. I'll let it go for today, but from now on, I'm Tasha 3.0. All right?
3.0,
so
got it.
Got it? We good? All right. So for anybody that, thinks about me and then they think about how old I am now, everyone say Tasha 3.0. Okay. And that has a psychological meaning for me as well, because it tells me that I need to level up in my life, and it's the beginning of a brand new chapter. It's the beginning of a brand new decade, and it's going to be the best one yet. So thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, for allowing me to be on the call today. I have been so excited. You can ask my husband. I was up till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I would just get these random thoughts for today's talk, and I'd put them in my phone and I would text them to him so I wouldn't forget, because you know his text message, right? So I would text it to him so I wouldn't forget, and I just could not sleep. I just could not sleep. Thank you, Mr. Foster. Thank you. And you know, I started thinking about how fortunate we are just with everything. The fact that we have this business, we have this family, and what Mr. Thomas has put together. And I know Thanksgiving was over, but just like Mr. Clemens said, he said something the other day and it stuck with me. He said, don't just be thankful on Thanksgiving, be thankful on the other 364 days as well. So I am so thankful for you, Mr. Thomas. You have no idea. You might have a little clue, but you have no idea how thankful we are for you. So thank you so much. Now, one thing that I respect about Mr. Thomas so much is that he has control over his thoughts and emotions. So to be successful in life and in business in general, you have to have control over your thoughts and emotions. So I have a couple of main messages today that I'm going to go over. And as soon as you hear something that resonates with you, write this down. Because I know that somebody's going to hear my voice today and they're going to say, that call was for me. That was for me. I was supposed to hear that. I'm going into 2021 like a beast. I'm going into December 2020 like a beast, and I'm coming out a totally different person. Then you could start naming yourself 2.0 and 3.0 and 4.0 and 5.0 and 6.0. All right. So he has control over his thoughts and emotions. Now, I remember in elementary school when the computers first came out, right? Apple was sending everybody computers and people were getting used to them, trying to feel them out, see how they work. So our teachers were trying to teach us how to use the computer. Now, I remember when, you know, kids obviously were going to mess around with stuff. So we'd mess around with the computers, and if it would freeze or if there'd be a hiccup, we would freak out. We would be like, oh my God, the teacher's going to kill me. I just broke the computer and we just got these computers. But the teacher taught us something. The teacher said, look, if anything messes up, if anything freezes, the only thing you have to do is blank, blank, and blank, and it's going to reset everything. So who remembers what that is? Drop it in the chat. What was that thing that the teacher said to Mr. Julian Lewis? Not you, because you already know. What was that one thing the teacher said to do if something got frozen or something messed up on the computer? I want to see if somebody gets it. I want to see who gets it. Yes, so Mr. Dale Ransom. Control, Alt, Delete. Write that down. Control, Alt, Delete. Write that down. Control, Alt, and Delete. So Control, Alt, Delete was like a reset. Okay. So if anything would go wrong, if you would get scared, if you messed up on the computer, if your Oregon Trail game, for those of you that remember, if that froze, all you had to do was Control, Alt, Delete. And it would reset it. It would basically reboot everything. So I wasn't scared to mess up, or I wasn't scared that something was going to go wrong, because I had the key to the reset. So the first thing that I want to tell you is control the controllables. Control the controllables in your life and in your business, because the only thing that you can control is yourself. The only thing you can control is how you feel. The only thing you can control is your thoughts, how you think. You can control how you feel, how you respond, how you react, how you listen, how you do everything, just how you overall operate. Control the controllables. And that's one thing that top leaders in the company, in the industry have mastered, is their thoughts and emotions, especially the negative ones. So if we know the only thing we can control is ourselves, then that means the only person we can blame for anything that goes right or wrong is who? Ourselves, yourself. So in the business, what are a couple of things that we can control? We can control how many peaks we do. We can control how many people we talk to, how many people we call, how many people we text, how we think, how we feel, our personal development that we do. We have control over all of that, right? And in order to be successful in life and business, you need that. So now I'm going to give you the 3 keys for Control, Alt, Delete. So make sure you write number 1, Control, number 2, Alt, number 3, Delete, right? Control, Alt, Delete. So number 1, control. You have to control your negative thoughts, because guess what? An idle mind is the devil's workshop. So if you know that, and if you know that you're in control of your thoughts, as soon as they start to steer negative, you got to bring it back. It's like a horse. So if somebody's riding a horse, they're playing polo or whatever, they're riding a horse. As soon as the horse starts to go off track, what does the person riding the horse do? Pulls it back. You got to pull back your thoughts, because guess what? Any second you leave your thoughts unattended, they're going to go south. They're like a toddler. You cannot leave your thoughts alone. You cannot let your mind be on its own. You have to constantly be feeding it. You have to be clothing it. You have to be taking care of it. You have to do all those things, because as soon as you let it go, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. And does it take practice? Of course it takes practice. It takes consistency. It takes discipline. It takes all of that. Now, number 2, alt. You have to alternate those negative thoughts as soon as they pop up. So number 1, as soon as a negative thought pops up, you got to control it. And then you got to hit alt. You got to alternate it. Alternate it. Think about something else. Find the good in every single situation. There's a lot of people on here that I personally know, and I know what's going on in your lives. I know if there's people that are sick in your family. I know if there's people that are, not making it, or I know if you've lost family members. Like, I know what's going on. But there's still something to be thankful for in that very moment, even though it might not seem like it. In your life, in your business, no matter what it is, if you can find the good, no matter how small, if you can find the good in every situation, you're going to win every single time. You're never going to lose. You're always going to win. Every single time. Now, number 3, once you hit the delete button, you delete those negative thoughts and beliefs. Delete them. Understand that those are not you. As soon as you feel a negative thought, oh, that's not me. That is not me. Get rid of it. Just stop it as soon as it's small. Because what happens to a weed when it's small and you just pull it out? It's not going to grow anymore, right? You kill it. It's not going to grow anymore. But if you let that weed grow, it starts with 1 and it can take over your whole garden. Because something's going to grow there, whether you feed it or not. But if you get rid of it, if you delete it, it's not going to grow. That's something that Jim Rohn says, that you're the farmer of your mind. So you can either plant flowers or you can either have weeds grow. If you do personal development, you're going to have a garden full of flowers, because your thinking is going to be different. You're going to walk different. You're going to talk different. You're going to operate differently at a higher level. Your frequency is going to be higher. But if you don't do personal development, what happens? You're thinking completely different. You feel completely different. You see the bad in every situation because there's weeds growing. We were talking to so many family and friends over for Thanksgiving, and people were calling me for my birthday and stuff. And obviously everyone wants to catch up, right? Because it's been like so long since anybody's seen each other. And I realized how much our thinking has developed and how differently we think compared to people that do not do personal development. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like when you would ask somebody, oh, how have you been? Oh my God, I mean, this is going on, and I don't know why this is happening, and my kids this, my husband that, my wife that, my family. And I was just like, ugh. I was like, ugh. They would start talking negative and I'm like, ugh. Hold on. Ugh. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, I love them. I love family, friends. I love them to death. But you start talking negative and I'm like, huh, hold on. Huh. You know what I mean? Like, you just get that feeling and you just don't want to hear it. Like, I don't want to hear it. Stop. And so something that in that moment, what is something that you can do when there's someone else being negative and their family and friends and you love them to death, but you cannot stand listening to the negativity? What do? It comes down to your thoughts. It comes down to your feelings and how you respond or react to the situation. So you know what I did? As soon as they would start talking or I'd hear some gossip coming, like, oh my God, did you see so and so? Be like, oh my God, so how are your kids? Oh my God, so what do you guys do for Thanksgiving? Are you guys gonna have a Christmas tree? Like, I would like, we alt, right? Control your feelings, then alternate the conversation or the thoughts and the feelings, and then delete. I used to be the type of person before personal development, I would keep everything. You tell me your problems and I take them on as my own. I would start feeling the same feelings. I'd cry for people, but then I would stay there. I would make it my home and I'd get my fuzzy blanket and I'd just sleep there. And it's not yours. It's not yours. When people tell you their problems, have empathy, yes. Maybe sympathy, yes. Feel for them, yes. Love them, yes. Listen to them, yes. Accept their feelings as your own, no. Because then you're going to start going down. You have to understand, if you want to be a leader, which we all want to be a leader. Look at Mr. Thomas. He will listen to people complain all the time, but you will not ever see him get into it. Never. No matter what it is. And look at any leader. You can tell people come to you with problems that, oh my God, this person said no, this person said no, this person said it's not going to work, blah, 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 blah. But then the leader, what does the leader say? Okay. And that's exactly what Mr. Thomas did. Like in the beginning, because remember, I told you what I came from. Now, personal development, I catch myself before I'm about to start complaining about anything. Because can we think about it? Is this business really hard? No. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. And we've even heard Mr. Lewis talk about it, right? So what are some of the things? Okay, is making a phone call hard? Like legit? No. But we saw the video that Mrs. King showed yesterday with the minions, and I love the minions. And I was just like, oh my God, you're right. Some people just want to burn up the phone because they don't want to make a phone call. It's not hard, it's uncomfortable. Think about it. There's people out here that are in the worst situations right now, and you're worried about what somebody's going to say to you. Like, just let that sink in for a second. And you know what? It's normal. So it's okay. It's not your fault, right? But you have the power to control, alt, and delete those thoughts and feelings. When you feel those feelings, just understand they're not yours, okay? Understand you are not your feelings. You are not your feelings. Because then what happens? Once you start taking out, what happens? You get frustrated. How many of us have ever felt frustrated? You're just like, I cannot stand this. I can't do it. Like, how many of you feel frustrated? Raise your hand. Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. Wake up, guys. It's Monday. Okay, there we go. So we felt frustrated, right? Now, how many of us know the actual definition of frustrate? Because I didn't know the exact definition, I'll be honest. So I looked it up. So I'm going to tell you the definition of frustrate, and I need you to write it down. I need you to write it down. The definition of frustrate is to prevent a plan or attempted action from progressing, succeeding, or being fulfilled. I'm going to repeat it. Let me say it out once. I'm going to repeat it. The definition of frustrate is to prevent a plan or attempted action from progressing, succeeding, or being fulfilled. So if somebody can you drop that in the chat, please? Because that'll help. to prevent a plan or attempted action from progressing, succeeding, or being fulfilled. So every time you get frustrated with something, just know that those thoughts and feelings aren't yours. Because guess what? To frustrate is the enemy's way of making you stop and give up. To stop and give up. To frustrate you. To be like, I can't do this. To say negative things. Say, this isn't going to work for me. Oh, it worked for them. It might not work for me. It's to frustrate you, to make you give up. That's the definition of the word. So if you know the definition of the word, and if you know the tips and tricks and all the things that are going to be used against you, you have the control over the keyboard. You can control, alt, and delete accordingly. Nothing else can control it but you. So let me tell you a story. There was a man that had to feed his family. They had absolutely no food. His wife and kids were like, okay, if we don't get some food, we're going to die. So he had to work with what he had. He goes out into the forest and he's walking around. He starts getting discouraged and then he sees a rabbit. And he says, oh, I can get that rabbit. Maybe we could have, just have a little bit, have enough until I find something bigger. So he goes for the rabbit. He shoots at the rabbit and he misses. And the rabbit runs away. Well, hops away, right? The rabbit runs away. So he starts thinking to himself, he said, I don't see anything out here. How am I supposed to feed my family? So then he hears a voice. And the voice says, pray first, write this down. Pray first, aim high, and focus. Write this down. Pray first, aim high, and focus. So he listens to the voice and he looks up. And he looks up into the tree and he sees a turkey. And he gets so happy and he says, we're gonna eat. There's a turkey. I'm gonna get that turkey. And then he hears some shuffling over to the side, and then he looks, there's a deer. Now I want you to think about, what would you do? Would you still try to get the turkey or the deer? Because the deer has way more meat and it can feed your family for a longer time. So it looks bigger and better on the other side. But then he hears a shuffling by his feet. And he looks down and there's a rattlesnake by his feet looking right at him. And he gets scared. And he takes his gun and he aims it at the snake. But then he hears the voice again. And the voice tells him again, what does the voice tell him? Pray first, aim high, and focus. So he takes a deep breath and he looks back up at the turkey. And he shoots the turkey. And the turkey falls and hits the deer. And then a piece of the bullet ricochets off and hits the snake, kills the snake. And because he gets scared, he jumps back, falls into a river. And when he gets up, his pockets are full of fish. He got everything by praying first, aiming high, and focusing. He got all of it. He got everything. He got everything and more. He lost the rabbit. But he got a turkey, he got a deer, he got the snake, and he got pockets full of fish. So understand, when you are growing, when you are trying to get somewhere, when you are on a mission, that is the only time when distraction shows up. Because distraction only appears when you are growing. Write that down. Distraction only appears when you are growing. Nobody is going to come try to move you from not doing anything. No, that's what the enemy wants you to do. He wants to frustrate you so you stop taking action. There's nothing to go after. There's nothing to get, or there's nothing to gain when you're not doing anything. You only are going to be distracted or frustrated or taken off your focus when you are growing and progressing. Because the definition of frustrate is to stop the attempt of the action that is being taken or progressing. Listen to that voice inside. When you're going somewhere, there's gonna be distractions. When you're looking at the rabbit, you might see a turkey, you might see a deer, you might see the snake. There's gonna be obstacles. You're gonna see something that looks bigger and better, but that's not for you. You need to pray first, aim high, and focus. You'll get everything and more of what you ask for. Everything. But now here's the tricky part. Your job is to figure out what those distractions are. Your job is to figure out, okay, what's my rabbit? What's my turkey? What's my deer? What's my snake? Those things are gonna come. And that's what you have to figure out. And sometimes it might seem bigger and better. You might see another company that looks better. You might see another object that looks really, really shiny from the outside. But guess what? You were told to pray first, aim high, and focus. If you know that this is where you're going, if you know that this is your turkey, and by focusing at the turkey, you'll get everything and more than what you ask, do not take your eyes off of the turkey. Stay focused. Stay focused. There's going to be people, places, and things that try to take you off your track. And I experienced this, and Mr. Thomas knows the whole story. I experienced this as soon as we started having success, as soon as we started progressing, as soon as we started aiming for something higher. There's going to be all these things that come at you, but you have to stay focused. If you take your eyes off the turkey, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. And you're not even going to get the deer. You're not going to get the snake, and you're not going to get the fish. Regret looks back, faith looks up. Write that down. Regret looks back, faith looks up. How much faith do you have? How much do you believe? I just got the chills. Mrs. Driscoll, thank you very much. How many of you believe so much in this company? How many of you believe so much in yourself to know that you can do it? Miss Pat, you can do it. Miss Joyce, you can do it. Miss Hayes, Miss Williams, you can do it. Mr. Ransom, Miss Sensational, Mr. Lewis, Miss Kohara, Miss Collins, Mr. Ishmael, Mr. Culver, Mr. Bill, Miss Eileen, Miss Caroline Baker, Mr. Thomas, you already did it, and you did it again, and you did it again, and you can do it again. Miss Belinda, Miss Marcia, Mr. Casey, Mr. Payon, Miss Dee Dee, you can do it. But do you believe in yourself, and do you have enough focus on the turkey to where you can do it? Remember, distraction only comes when you are progressing. But just know that when it does come, you can start realizing what's a distraction and what's really for you if you listen to the voice inside. That voice, that gut voice that we get sometimes that we don't always listen to. Ladies, when you're in high school and you dated the boy you probably shouldn't have, and you had that gut feeling, but you did it anyway. Guys, fellas, the girl that you knew your mama wouldn't approve of, but you went out with her anyway. Mr. Ransom is like, oh my gosh, she's right. You go through experiences, and as you go through life, you're going to start to understand what's a distraction and what's for you. What's a rabbit, what's a turkey, what's a deer, and what's a snake. You're going to start to know. And when those things come across your path, just know that you control the keyboard. You can control Alt and Delete accordingly. You have that power. You already have everything inside of you. If you're new or if you're seasoned or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The whole theme of the last quarter, the fourth quarter, is the most important. The fourth quarter theme that I had was 2020 reset. And some of you know that because you saw the flyer, 2020 reset. You have the power to reset your life at any moment. If your computer is frozen or your organ trail isn't working, you control Alt and Delete, and you can do anything as long as you pray first, aim high, and focus. I love you guys. We can do this. We're going into December tomorrow. We have 31 days left in the year. Do you want to go into 2021 the same person, or do you want to be the next level version of yourself? And if you want to be the next level version of yourself, that starts now. I'm getting a brand new computer today that's about to get delivered legit during the time of this call. And I'm like kind of freaking out inside, but I can control, alt, and delete those emotions because my husband surprised me for my birthday and got me one. But just know it's about to get crazy. And I just want to know who's coming with. Who's coming with? Because Mr. Thomas said we're going places in 2021 that not everyone can go, because not everyone has mastered their focus and their discipline and their consistency and all these things that we know that it takes. It's not a hard business. It's just very uncomfortable. But the moment you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, you're going to be unstoppable. Can you just imagine? I wasn't going to go here, but God's taking me here. So just for a second, think about next year at this time, where do you want to be? What does that person look like? How does that person walk? How does that person talk? How does that person act? Who is that person? And I did this a long time ago in Fresno at one of our trainings. And I had everybody write down an alternate personality or alter ego, whatever you want to call it. And then name that person. So mine was obviously boss lady. Like I named mine boss lady, right? And that I had a certain vision of what she would be like. And I'm telling you, I'm not there yet, but I see it coming. So how many of you have a vision for what you're supposed to look like or what you want to be? And just notice that you're not that far off. You are so close to being that person if you only controlled, alt, and deleted a couple of things. You're there. You are that boss. You are that boss lady that you're meant to be. Are you going to be the one to change your family tree? You darn tootin' you are, because you're here. You're here. This is it. Focus, 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 focus. There's going to be distractions. The news, don't even watch it. Don't even look at it. How many cases? I don't care. There's a lot. Just pray for the world and do your thing. That's it. That's all you can do. And remember, all you can do is all you can do. And you have control over all of that with the keyboard. You're the one that's typing. You're the one that's clicking all the buttons on it. But you just have to want it. Write out your goals for December. Write out your goals for next year. And guess what? It starts tomorrow. Mr. Thomas starts his new year about 10 days before everybody else to get a leg up. So I decided this year, it starts tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. Because going into 2021, we're going to really see where you want to go. We're going to see who's really serious. So ask yourself, am I serious? Why am I still messing around with this? I don't have time to mess around anymore. I can't believe I'm already 3.0, but I woke, literally, I felt a switch flipped in my gut the day before. Had a little panic attack, and then I was like, all right, that just it. I got to step it up. I got to step it up because time is not going to wait for anybody. So why are you waiting? You can control, alt, and delete accordingly, as long as you pray first, aim high, and focus. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Mr. Thomas, that's what I got. And 2021 starts now. Thank you.
I've got nothing. I have to go back over this. Wow. Can everybody show some love in the chat, please? 3.0, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0, 3.0. Control, alt, and delete. Wow. Pray, what? Pray, aim high, and focus. I don't know what more to tell you. What a way to end this month. Show her some more love. 3.0, y'all. It's a birthday. But wow, she told me this morning, says, get ready. I hope you got your seatbelt on. I love it. I love it. Show everybody. There you go. Comment. Everybody comment, please. Wow. There's nothing I could say. Matter of fact, I just need to shut up and just let it sink in what she just got finished teaching on today. Wow. Thank you, Miss Anthony Quinn, Miss Belinda. Thank you so much. Control Alt. There you go. Thank you. I'm praying. Ooh, Eileen, thank you. Mr. Chris King, thank you. Ms. Rose Guerrero, thank you. If this didn't touch you, I don't. Wow.
Last thought, Mr. Thomas, I'm so sorry. So
go ahead, please, it's all yours.
Just to remember this, I don't know how many of us like go back, listen to the calls and stuff on the YouTube channel on Destiny International, but my advice, because I'm doing this myself, have Post-it notes, right? Pray first, aim high, focus, Control Alt Delete. Post them everywhere. Bathroom, so when you wake up, you're brushing your teeth, you see it. If your affirmation and goals aren't there already, where you sit to work, have Post-its everywhere as reminders. That's it. Thank you.
Continue to let it roll in. Show some love, everybody. Give a comment. Wow. Pray, aim high, and focus. It's scary what happened to the people if they do that. I love it. She remembers I start my year 11 days, 10 days ahead of the end of the year, and she's starting hers today, tomorrow. That's powerful. What about you? All I'm going to say to this is God bless her. And I knew she said, look, Mr. Thomas called me this morning. Just get ready, sir. Just get ready. Positive affirmation daily, like Joel. Okay, there you go, Mr. Culver. Folks, I want to thank everybody on the call today. What a way to end in November. Pray, aim, and focus. That's right, Mr. Foster. Tomorrow morning, Mr. Julian Lewis will be with us tomorrow morning. I know it's the first. We're going to start off December with him. We're going to have some of this. We're going to probably replay this sometime this month, coming up in December, just to let you know, because there's a lot of great ones we've had throughout this year that we're going to sprinkle through the month of December. Wednesday, Miss Ismail, Wednesday said, Wednesday, this week, December 2nd, Wednesday, 6:00 p.m. That's right, Wednesday. I am going to be doing phone calls with you all, and I want you to watch me fail. Watch me fail. See, if I can do it, maybe that inspire you, you can do it. So we're going to be doing live calls this coming Wednesday at 6:00 p.m. Pacific Coast time. And here's the thing. Everybody, look, if you're not going to show your face, I don't even want you on here. I don't want you. I don't care what I don't want you on here. I want to see everybody's face. It's going to be interactive. So don't get on here unless, I don't care if you're driving, pull over, or just don't get on here. Just don't get on everybody's face. And if you're not, we're going to stop the call. I'm going to let you know that right now. We're going into 2021. If you can't pay attention and direction, I don't even want you on the call. It's just going to be just that simple. So a lot of you won't be with us in 2021 because your attitude, and you won't pray, aim high, and you won't focus and listen. So with that said, I want to thank Ms. Natasha Ismail 3.0, your new title 3.0, for what a phenomenal call. And we will be replaying this in the month of December. I guarantee you that. Mr. Clemens and I are going to go over some of the highlights of some of the best calls, and we're going to sprinkle through the month of December. So you can go back and regurgitate it, because I'm telling you what, there's so much good stuff in here. We've been taping this for over a year on the channel. So there's no excuse why you cannot, over the holidays, at your comfort, get back on here and relist some of the best calls. So we're here, like I say, some of you won't make it into 2021 with us because you'll get sidetracked and you won't pray, aim, or focus, and you'll let the snake bite you instead. But that's okay. It's not for everybody. And with that said, Miss Natasha Ismail, birthday girl 3.0 lady, boss lady biz, we want to thank you for a way to close out November. Look, it's the early part of the day. Some of you guys got a whole day ahead of you to go out and get some people on the call for tonight. Tonight at 6:00 p.m. is our what? Power hour. We'll be making calls. Yes. And then on Wednesday, I'll be doing live calls. Yeah, live calls. You watch me mess up, fail, get said no, whatever. Hey, I don't care. That's why I'm where I'm at, because you're scared to do what I'll do. And I love what she said. I'm gonna end it with this. Wow. Present the plan, focus to the action, and the process will take care of itself. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, Jim Rohn said it too. You are the gardeners of your own mind. Take control of it and quit getting so emotional about everything, please. Because if you are, 2021 won't be for you. God bless. One more time, can we give Miss Ismail one more hand real quickly before we end the call? I got my hand on my tripod here. But God bless you. Thank you so much. Oh, here we go. Power Hour tonight, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Coast